We met in college at Texas Tech University in 2008. We dated for 2 months, and I knew I'd found the one that was fit for me. So I sold my truck and went and bought a ring.
You know, I married these folks. And so, in fact, their wedding is one of my favorite weddings to recall just because of all of the things that went on. And so it was such a terrific high when they walked out of church one day and told me that they were expecting.
At my 18-week appointment, we had just a regular anatomy sonogram where they measured the brain and all the organs and the baby.
Morgan had had a fetal ultrasound done by one of the maternal fetal medicine doctors, who then noticed that there was something wrong with her heart and sent her to see one of our cardiologists.
The initial reaction was,
How could this be?
you feel like your world is tumbling down because you have dreams of starting a family and you never think that anything bad can happen. I was very confused. I think we were both
Scared,
just completely scared. We didn't know anything about heart defects. It's not something that you think about when you think about having a baby. So for us, it was terrifying, and the only thing we could do really was lean on each other and lean on our faith.
When they found out about Kinley, it was a hard time.
So Kinley has a structural heart problem that by itself would not allow her to live unless it was repaired. There's certain things that we do that are very straightforward, and you just know going in, it's not an issue. They're going to do well. You just know it. But there's some stuff we do when we go in, you're not 100% certain. Kinley was one of those. That left heart was small. Some people thought it was too small for her to make it as a 2-ventricle patient. So you're pushing the envelope a little bit when you decide to go that route, and you may get yourself into a situation where you can't back out. So when you do it and it works, and you can tell that family it worked, it's just a feeling that you'll never experience.
And double doors opened from the surgical room, and the doctor came and just gave us 2 thumbs up.
It was a great day.
Sunny and beautiful. It just seemed perfect. It didn't last long. It lasted not even 2 weeks. We had her formal baptism at church on Sunday, and her cardiologist was actually there and looked at her and said, "Y'all need to go back to the hospital."
It became apparent at the baptism that she was working even harder to breathe at that point, and we made a decision for her to get admitted that afternoon after the baptism to be able to go to the cardiac catheterization lab the next day.
Having a child, you never want to have to go down the road that we've endured. So we are extremely grateful for the American Heart Association.
She is incredibly active. I don't think she has any restrictions to what she does. I think if you put her up against another baby the same age as her, she would be able to do the same types of things.
The American Heart Association is vital in this whole endeavor, if you will. So knowing what Kinley's problems were in utero allowed us to better prepare for her when she was born.
I think the American Heart Association and other organizations that provide for cardiac research have been incredibly important in this. A baby with Kinley's heart disease would have had very little hope of surviving and having any quality of life.
You know, the American Heart Association does great work. When you see it come together for wonderful people and for a precious little girl like Kinley, it makes it pretty amazing.
We ask that you open your hearts and give to make sure the life-saving work of the American Heart Association continues for Kinley and future generations.